Hey everyone, my name is Cynthia. You can also call me Sin, whichever works for you. And today we're going to be making a video of introducing myself and what my journey is like in becoming a witch. So I'm officially a witchling that's in study of witchcrafts. Now is my cat jumping down. Oreo! Nope, she's too busy. Okay, so yes, going back. So I wanted to explain my journey. I wanted to share how I felt, what my thought process is in deciding and becoming of a witchling, baby witch. So let's start off with this question. What caught my interest in becoming a witch? So for that question like that, I was actually on Instagram and I have already followed witchcraft accounts. And I basically followed to look into quotes or what else, like photography, because I know there's some accounts that makes really good photography and I like the photogenic of it. And you know, and then this one post that I saw about I think it's been 5 days now. Let's see, because we're on the 11th, so 6 days. 6 days. Today is the September 11th for me, California, USA, and it's been 6 days since I saw this post, and this post was saying how to become a witch. And I read upon it and went through the slides that the photos had, and it made me realize, like, you know, I really like that. I really like how in tune a witch can be into nature and focus and letting out the intent into, you know, to themselves and self-care that they have. And I really like that, and I wanted to dig a little deeper, if that made sense. Like, I wanted to dig a little deeper. I'm like, what else is there about a witch that I like don't know about, you know? So I took it upon myself to look upon this. So even though I had no clue where to start, where to begin, I mean, like, just, it's so broad. Like, it's so, like, what can I look into? Like, you know, there's like those basic Hollywood movies that you like, well, witches are about potions, spells, and broomsticks, and that's not all they are. And I wanted to know more. Didn't know where to start, but I wanted to know more. So what I did is I started looking up witch tips and witch 101, and that helped a lot. It was very broad still, but it helped, like, made me feel like discover where I could possibly start. And then and then I have a friend. He is a witch, and you know, I finally had the courage for myself to be like, hey, you know what, I'm studying to become a witch, and you know, do you have any recommendations of different websites or resources that I could possibly use? And he did tell me this. He said, you know, just tell you the truth, I don't really support new witches, but you know, I will help you out. So for my recommendation is to, whenever you're looking up anything for any website or books, just remember that not everything is going to be true. You know, there's going to be some things that you have to compare it with other things, and then with that, that's going to help you understand those differences and similarities. And I was like, okay, cool, I could work with that. So that's where my interest came from. It was literally from an Instagram post, and that inspired me to become a witch. And I read different styles of what witches can be, or different witches, what they could be. There's like different categories, and I didn't know that. I was like, oh my god, I figured there's just gonna be one that's well-rounded, which is true. There is a witch that is well-rounded, and there's a name for it. But I think I'm gonna save the different types of witches for a different video. And then one certain type of witch, I ended up noticing like the description of it was the exact description of myself when I was younger. So I was like, wow, that's me. That sounded like me. That's what I did when I was younger. And the more I read about witches, the more I realized, wow, being a witch is a lifestyle. You know, we like, a lot of people don't realize that we do things in a daily routine, and it's so easily, you know, everyone's like a witch and they don't realize it, basically. And it's so true. It's very true. So and honestly, my friend who is a witch, when I first met him, or when we first met, and he told me that he was a witch, I was amazed, and I did ask him questions, and I was like, hey, you know, curiosity, aren't you supposed to be calling yourself a wizard? And he said, nope, witch is perfectly fine for males, and that's true too, and they prefer that, so stick with that, witch, no wizard. And by the end of our conversation, because he asked me questions, he asked me, what do I think about witches? I like them. I don't judge them. If you're a witch, that's fine with me. And I want to be a witch, so that's going to be also fine with me. And he also asked me, what do you think of witchcraft? I think witchcraft is a type of activity that you just do in your own time, and you know, since now I'm reading about it, it's definitely a daily routine that you get more in focus with yourself, which I didn't know about. And what was the meaning of God, I believe, or what was like my own opinion of like what a god is like within witchcraft. And I told him that, you know, I don't see it as a god. I see it as if I say you guys, but any witches, like if whatever they study in, worship their own version of a god. You know, everyone is different. And upon my studies, you know, I you know, going into it, I realized I was slightly right. Everyone does have their own type of god that they do like to worship, but not only that, everyone, you know, picks their own religion, you know, someone to worship. And then there's some that just don't worship a god, you know, they worship you know, just nature itself, the earth, Mother Earth, so on. And you know, it could go which way, you know, it could even go into your ancestry. You could worship your ancestors, and that's really cool too. I didn't know that part. Let's see, getting off track. Another question he did ask me is, do I believe that witches worship Satan, or yeah, Satan? And then I said no, because Satan is part of a different religion, culture, and I didn't think witches worship Satan. They might worship something that is probably that's different, like Satan. Not Satan himself, but just, I don't even know how to explain. I haven't touched that subject yet for studies. So right now it's only my opinion, what I think. This is what I think, not what I research. What I think is it's what other witches worship, a different type of dark entity, I guess you could say, a dark spirit. rather than Satan himself. He probably just doesn't really exist within the witch culture, if I could say. I apologize if I'm not correctly wording this. I'm a complete novice, but hey, you know, 6 days in, you know, I'm learning as much as I can and within that short time span. And I'm pretty sure as I keep going along with my journey that I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna be able to explain things better. And I want everyone to see that, you know, it's okay to feel like you don't know much, and it's okay to explore and take a deep dive into what you want to learn. So for me, where did I start? Where did I start learning about everything of witches? For me, I literally did just look up YouTube, websites, and Instagram for different tips, witch tips and witch 101s. And then from there, I kind of branched off to different topics. And that's where I'm at now. So this video, I wanted to share, not only introduce myself, but share my thought process and my experience of what a witch means to me. What does witchcraft to me means to me? What does the word God means to me? What does the word Satan means to me? What does you know, does it scare me? And no. No, it doesn't. If anything, I feel nervous right now just because I'm videotaping myself. I never videotaped myself before, and I don't want to come across like incompetent or rude if or insulting. And you know, I want to learn. I want to branch out my knowledge, and that's exactly what what getting into witchcraft, that is a lifestyle, and you're promoting yourself to be happy with yourself and feel comfortable with nature and breathing in, meditating, and so on, so on, so on. So that's gonna be my witch tip video for all the witchlings or witch babies. You know, if you come across this video and you're just because you're researching, how did you get started of becoming witch? If anything, I'll probably remake this video maybe 5 years later and then tell you my opinion from then compared to now. You know, that's gonna be I'll probably feel a lot more confident than now. But yeah, I wanted to share my experience and my thought process with you guys. Let's see, in the next video, I definitely want to basically make how to, oh my god, there's I've had too many plans, too many stuff in my brain. Basically, how to make a video of how to make a book of spells. I want to make a video of how to make your own wand, and that's actually probably my two main focus that I want to work on. Boop, boop. And I won't be alone. I'm gonna be trying to be doing this with my little sister, and she's gonna be in the videos here and then. And I came to her and with the idea of becoming a witch, and she wanted to join in too, because you know, she's a baby bat and she wants to be a baby witch bat. I think that's what she called herself. She's gonna murder me when she sees this. But anyways, thank you everyone, and hopefully I get to see you in the next video. Thanks, and bye.